Writing. Now, it's not something that we all love. It's something that we are starting to get a grip of. We need to do. And I think we're all in a marketplace where there's blogs everywhere. There's content all over the place. Where do you start if you want to start looking to sell your story around your business? What should we do if we are a business out there or even just running a blog or whatever we might be doing to get maybe publicized in other places, to get our name out there? Where should we start?
The first thing you need to do is think about who you want to reach, and then you figure out how you're going to reach them. Because there's no point pitching your ideas to editors and journalists who aren't interested, especially if it shows that you've done no research. Like I just said, I cover the broad gamut of consumer and business tech. So if you send me a press release about anything vaguely techy, even if I'm not maybe that interested in it, it's like, yep, fair enough, that's my thing. But when I get an email that says, "Dear Mr. Turner, would you like to review our range of garden furniture?" That's when I get
that makes sense.
Shitty. It's like, you have done zero research. You know nothing about me. You haven't even spent 30 seconds Googling my name to see what I'm interested in, what I do. You are not worth my time. And so that's the first thing you need to do. Sit down, look at the online publications and the print publications that the people you want to reach would read, and then think about, what kind of stories do they run? How could I fit in here? How could they look at me and go, yeah, there's a story in that? And how could that audience then be interested? And that's just starting point. And then you build up like a hit list of, right, here's the top 4 or 5 publications I'd like to appear in. And here's not just that, but here's the editors or the journalists that I should target. Because if you want to, well, say, for example, you wanted to appear in the business pages of The Age, you're not going to email the editor-in-chief of the entire Age or the entire Nine Facts, whatever. They don't care. They don't want to hear from you. So you've got to figure out, all right, who is the business tech editor? Or perhaps even better than that, who is the journalist who writes a business tech section, who writes about the kind of things that I do? Because editors have a million things on their plate because they've got to argue about not just content, but also the advertising side. And it gets ugly. That's why I left, because I didn't want to do that job. But if you go for a specific journal, well, say you were looking at the paper and then you saw, all right, Adam writes about what we write about. Rather than going to the editor, I'm going to go to Adam. Now, if you pitch it to me and I think it sounds interesting and I think my editor will find it interesting, I will basically pitch it to them. And I know what they're interested in better than you do. And they know that I'm not going to waste their time. So they will read every email that I send them where they will skim everything else. So I will pitch it on your behalf if I think there's a story in it for me. And because I understand that area, I might even be able to do a better job of pitching it to them than you can, because I know what the newsy angle is, even if you maybe missed it a little bit. And I know what this editor likes. So that's one of the best ways to go. Figure out the publications you want, figure out the specific people in the publications that you want, know them well enough that you're not pitching them garden furniture when they don't write about garden furniture. That's just starting point.